This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Tuesday in the morning sprints. Mark has your forecast on a cloudy, rainy day ahead. It is Diabetes Alert Day. Allison Martinez breaking down how you can check in on your health. But first, breaking news this morning from Baltimore, Maryland, where police say there's been a partial bridge collapse. Let's get to Sydney Charles with the details.
Francis Scott Key Bridge hit by a container ship this morning, causing part of the bridge to collapse. The FAA is now restricting planes from flying over the wreckage, and this morning at least 2 people have been rescued, and divers are urgently searching for at least 7 more people. Take a look. This new video shows the moment the massive steel structure collapsed. You can see it right there. The middle of the bridge fall into the Patapsco River. Officials say multiple vehicles and people fell into the water. The governor of Maryland has declared a state of emergency this morning. Live coverage from Maryland is coming up next on Good Morning America.
When we take a look at what we can expect in our first alert weather, it's going to be cloud cover. It's going to be mild, not a lot of wind out there. As you leave, temperatures into the mid to upper 30s, about 40 degrees in Liberty Lake. Nice. But Deer Park, you're sitting at 30. We are going to see increased not only clouds, but the chance of showers coming in later on this afternoon with isolated showers and a high today of 52 degrees.
A 2-year-old Post Falls girl missing from most of last night is safe this morning. For several hours last night, search and rescue teams combed the Millsap Loop area where she was last seen. According to the Kootenai County Sheriff, the child turned up on a neighbor's porch about a half-mile away from her home. The sheriff commended the community and all agencies that came together to help find her. Court documents shed new light on the possible motive behind a kidnapping and assault Friday. Court documents say 50-year-old Thomas Fetzer accused the victim of stealing his medications, and he ordered the other 3 people involved to assault her. Police responding to an apartment on Boone Avenue near Monroe Street found a woman with serious injuries and part of her hair forcibly shaved off. She told officers she was choked, struck, and kicked repeatedly for about 30 minutes. Police arrested these 4 people for first-degree kidnapping and second-degree assault. Court documents say the victim had injuries consistent with being choked, a broken orbital bone, and multiple cuts. A quadruple murderer in North Idaho will serve life in prison without parole. Major John Kaler showing no emotion as his victims' families shared statements about how the deaths of their loved ones shattered their lives. To read more about these statements and hear the judge's reasoning behind the life sentence, find this story on KXLY.com. Monday, the trial will begin for the man accused of killing his wife's 2 children as well as his ex-wife. Chad Daybell is accused of killing his current wife, Lori Vallows, 7-year-old son, Joshua, and 16-year-old daughter, Tylee. Both, law enforcement found their bodies on Daybell's property in June 2020. Daybell is also charged with the murder of his first wife, Tammy, who died in her sleep in October of 2019, weeks before he married Lori Vallow. Daybell faces the death penalty if convicted. Utah women's basketball coach Lynn Roberts speaking out about racist comments made toward the team. Coach Roberts revealed what happened after Utah lost to Gonzaga in the second round of the NCAA tournament last night. She explained that the team experienced a series of, quote, racial hate crimes last Thursday while staying at a Coeur d'Alene hotel, adding that the team was relocated to a different hotel Friday. Gonzaga released a statement last night about the incident. You can read it right now on KXLY.com.
1 in 3 American adults has pre-diabetes. This is why today is National Diabetes Alert Day. It's a one-day wake-up call to inform people about the seriousness of the disease. Dr. Carol Weisham recommends that all adults over the age of 35 get screened. If your parents have diabetes, you have more than a 50% chance of having it yourself. The easiest way to gauge your risk is by taking an online risk assessment test. It only takes 60 seconds. To take this test, you can go to our website, KXLY.com.
Road maintenance at the Thor Freya exit off of I-90 will cause a headache for drivers for a couple of months. The westbound off-ramp and 1 block of 2nd Avenue will stay closed while crews rebuild the intersections on 2nd at Freya and Thor. That closure will last until June. But the next part of the project will focus on the intersections on 3rd Avenue. That part of the project is expected to finish by the fall. In downtown Spokane, crews are cleaning up the Division and Brown Street corridors near I-90. More than $6 million from the Department of Transportation and the Department of Commerce will be used to clean up the area and connect homeless people with resources. Both corridors between I-90 and Sprague have been designated as priority encampment zones under the state's right-of-way encampment resolution program. Weather is next.